March 4th, 2022. Remember this day because history is once again being made. As the largest cruise ship ever made by human hands, the Wonder of the Seas has welcomed her first passengers on board. And the reviews are already coming in. I spent most of my morning watching live streams from those lucky enough to be on board the Wonder of the Seas. I'll give you my first impressions coming up. Hey, welcome to the Midships channel. I'm Corey, and it's time for a fresh slice of that cruising newsy. Cruise news. I must have typed that wrong in the teleprompter. You know what I mean. Now, yesterday I posed a question to you. Which direction do you cut your sandwich? Up and down or diagonal? I've got to say, the diagonal cut takes the prize. Here's a response that I got from JJ Cruise. They say the diagonal cut just feels fancy. Bring on the fancy. I love it, guys. If you've never seen Jared and Jordan from JJ Cruise, you have to check them out. They have an awesome stream posted from onboard Wonder of the Seas earlier today. So for today's This or That, I'm going to pose a question to you, and this one might even have ended a perfectly good relationship or two along the way. Let me know in the comments below if you prefer your toilet paper to be over or under on the roll. I definitely have an opinion about this. So much so that I will rearrange a complete stranger's toilet paper roll to be correct. Believe me, I've done it. So comment down below, TP, over or under? All right, let's focus on today's cruise news. Obviously, we're going to start out with the biggest story of the year thus far, and that is the Midships group cruise. The Wonder of the Seas. But if you do want to know more about the Midships group cruise, there is a link in the description below. It'll take you to our Facebook group. So, Wonder of the Seas. I've been just absorbing all of the new videos coming in like a sponge from onboard that ship. This new behemoth of the seas weighs an astonishing 236,000 tons, spans 1,100 feet long and 210 feet wide. The ship, it's 18 decks tall and can carry nearly 9,000 people when she's full. So, as you've probably noticed by now, the numbers are eye-popping for these Oasis-class ships. Now, Wonder will only be sticking around in Florida until April of this year when she sets course for a short Mediterranean cruise season before she comes back to Homeport in Port Canaveral this November, which means she's going to be right here at the Midships Homeport. That's kind of tempting. Well, speaking of new ships, Wonder is just one of several new cruise liners that are due to set sail over the course of this year. Among them is Disney's first new cruise ship in 10 years, the Disney Wish, which should be delivered sometime this summer. Also, Carnival's next Excel-class ship, the Celebration, is slated to begin operations this November. So, which new ship are you most looking forward to sailing on? For me, it's probably Wonder of the Seas. After sailing on board Odyssey of the Seas, I really found myself drawn to the whole design and the vibe of Royal's newer ships. Even though they're jumbo, they really aren't that hard to get around, and that's important to me. So as we continue to soak in everything Wonder of the Seas, I'm going to spend a little extra time learning about all the food, the drinks, the things to do on board the ship over the next couple of days, and we're going to sit down together this Sunday for a Midships live stream and talk all about it. So join me at 4 p.m. Eastern this Sunday, and we'll chat about the Wonder of the Seas. Who knows where the stream could take us? While I have you here, though, don't forget about my Instagram page. That's where I post all kinds of behind-the-scenes content that you don't see here on my main channel. Check it out in the link below. It's also pinned up here. Also, don't forget that I've created an epic collection of cruise essentials. If you'd like to use the exact same items on your next cruise that I take with me every single time, check out my Amazon Influencers shop in the description below this video. Now, let's round out today's cruise news. There's a bunch of little bits and bobs we need to get through. First off, Holland America is making things official over in the Baltic. They're pulling out stops in Russia from those Baltic itineraries. In addition to that, Celebrity Cruises has announced that they're finally going to have a ship full-time in the Mediterranean. So while I have your attention for a few more minutes, I want to talk to you about a trend that I'm starting to see kind of gain popularity, and that's like a Boycott Russia movement. It's definitely out there. It's a thing that seems to be definitely gaining in popularity. I was actually watching the news last night, and I literally watched the owner of a bar pouring out a full bottle of Smirnoff vodka into his trash can because he said it's made in Russia. And then when the camera zoomed in on the label, it said made in USA. When the news reporter asked him about it, he said, well, it's the principle. But is it the principle? Because all of us, literally almost every time we get gas in our car, for instance, there's a pretty high likelihood the fuel you're pumping in your car, at least some of it comes from Russia. So unless this guy's going to run out and dump all the gas out of his tank, it's not going to work out for most of us. And to top it all off, why on earth would this dude dispose of something that he already paid for? He's only going to hurt himself. I'm ranting, but it's silly, right? I know all of you out there are smarter than that, and you'll find a way to minimize your money flowing to Russia without just being a mindless buffoon like the guy I watched pouring his profit source down to the trash last night. It's crazy times, man. My heart goes out to the people of the Ukraine. I'm not seeing any signs of de-escalation at this point. So we better get ready for things like fuel and groceries to get more expensive in the coming days. I'm hoping today's promising jobs numbers help to kind of quell that a little bit, but only time will tell. Well, it's officially the weekend, and I hope you have a fantastic one. Do something with a friend, family, or loved one. Thank you so much for stopping by the channel today, and until next time, we'll see ya on the Midships.
La 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 la